embarrassing fashion to the Philadelphia 76ers, 110-97. And the score doesn't even really tell you guys how ugly this game was. But we're here to break it down, have some fun, talk about it in only the way we can here at Chicago Central. Right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
All right, Bulls. You know, here I give it to you raw. Just like I like after the first date. It's ugly. This game was disgusting. Let's just go over the quarter by quarter breakdown. The Chicago Bulls give up 43 points in the first quarter, 30 points in the second quarter, 25 points in the third quarter, and 12 points only in the fourth quarter. That's the only thing that made this game even look respectable. This game was over with 5 minutes left. In the second quarter was this game over with. This was embarrassing. The Chicago Bulls absolutely got their asses kicked. Listen, they won the rebound battle by 8 rebounds in this game. That theoretically should put the Bulls there. The turnover battle, the Bulls only lost the turnover battle by 1. But you know what the key stats are in this game that the Bulls lost by? They shot 38% from the field, whereas the Philadelphia 76ers shot 47%. And we shot 18% from three-point range, whereas the 76ers shot 40% from three-point range. This was just not the Chicago Bulls day at all. The Bulls got their asses completely kicked, handed to them, and Joel Embiid reminded everybody that I own you. That's what it is. Like, I mean, shout out to the Bulls for having 3 wins against the Sixers in a row, but this game was ugly in every shape, form, and fashion, and it was over it real quick. The Bulls even having 19 offensive rebounds to the Philadelphia 76ers, only 6 offensive rebounds, but it didn't matter. You had 19 second chance points to their 8 second chance points. It didn't matter. They had 30 points off turnovers. 30 points off turnovers alone. I'm sorry, fast break points, not points off turnovers. That's my fault on that one. Ugly. This was an ugly game. Ugly. The Philadelphia 76ers led this. The Bulls did not have a lead at all at any point in this game, not even remotely. It wasn't even close. Hey, man, listen, I know that the Bulls are now fall to 10-6 since Zach LaVine's been down. But this was just ugly. When you look at the starting lineup as well, DeMar DeRozan, 5 of 10 for 16 points. He had 4 rebounds, 13 assists. Andre Drummond, 5 of 13 for 17 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block. Only 2 personal fouls for Andre Drummond, 11 points. Shout out to Drum for getting his double-double. Kobe White still bad shooting. 0 for 5 from three-point range, 5 of 15 from the field for 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. And Alex Caruso with 8 points, going 3 of 10 from the field. Ayo Dosunmu, 7 of 14 for 15 points. We got Adama Sanogo and Julian Phillips signing. Julian Phillips actually plays 16 minutes in this game, has a positive plus minus of plus 10, 7 points, 1 steal from Julian Phillips. And Adama Sanogo, this is why when we talk about the Bulls lacking size, people ask, why the hell aren't we playing Adama Sanogo? Yes, it was garbage time, right? I want to put that and make that clear. 8 points, 6 rebounds he had in this game, only 1 turnover in 9 minutes. Adama Sanogo can outright rebound the basketball. He had the highest plus minus other than Terry Taylor for the Chicago Bulls overall. Terry Taylor, no points scored, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Shout out to him for filling up the stat sheet, I guess. But this was just an ugly game, man. Like I said, I can throw out all the stats in the world for you. It really does not really bring together just how disgusting this game was for the Chicago Bulls tonight, man. It was ugly. It was ugly. But I will say this, if you're looking for any positives to pull from this, Julian Phillips and Adama Sanogo should be getting minutes. Let's just be clear here. They should be getting some type of minutes for the Chicago Bulls team, especially while Nikola Vucevic is out. I don't know what Billy Donovan's doing, man. I get it. Terry Taylor's been playing okay. I don't want to take away from that. He's been playing solidly, but Adama Sanogo is a guy that you have pegged in as being part of your future, and you're just not playing him at all. You're not even giving him an opportunity to learn and go through growing pains, right? He hasn't been playing in the G League because you called him up. You haven't been playing him at the NBA level. There's so many questions there about what's going on with Adama Sanogo, but other than that, man, this is just ugly, man. This is much like Reggie's mama. This was an ugly ass game, man. It was bad business out here, man. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. This was ugly. This was just really, really ugly, man. I it's disappointing to see this team perform in the way that they did, right? It's disappointing, and it sucks to see a team that's been playing with so much heart give you none. Right, that's the ultimate thing. Is when you have a team that's really been fighting and competing, playing for each other, giving you heart. And they came out in this game and it felt like they were a team coming off the second of a back to back, whereas the Philadelphia 76ers hadn't played in a week. I don't understand how you get this level of effort from your team after a day off, man. 2 days off, matter of fact. Like, I get it, we traveled and things like that, but we got details. Hold on, we got details coming in. The Chicago Bulls are actually about to explain what their game plan was today. We got that game plan coming in right here from Billy Donovan. That's the game plan, as you can see right there on the screen. The game plan was to indeed take it. That was the game plan that the Chicago Bulls had out there for the Philadelphia 76ers. It was basically just a, hey, come get it. The milkshake brings all the 76ers to the yard. That seems to be the game plan that Billy Donovan implemented today. And, it is what it is. That's that game plan, as you can see, right all up in there. That was the game plan for the Chicago Bulls. They TD Jakes it, man. The Chicago Bulls just gave it up. Unrequested, no resistance at all. And that's just what it was, man. That's what it was. The Chicago Bulls they gave it up. The cheeks were given up tonight, big time, to the Philadelphia 76ers today, man. And it's unfortunate. Thank you, Stacey King, for saying 6'4" Terry Taylor is not a center, and Adama Sanogo is and should be getting some minutes. Billy, somebody had to say, listen, I mean, Billy Donovan's been coaching well over this standpoint as well as you can, but yeah, I mean, this just proved it. Like, let the man sink or swim. Right now, if you put him out there and he gets cooked, all right, then sit him down. But the fact that you haven't even given the man a chance is crazy to me. Really crazy to me. Well, it was fun seeing Phillips and Sanogo play well, and our starters conserve some energy for the Knicks. Fucking pathetic, though. I mean, we got a game on national TV against the New York Knicks. Maybe the Bulls were conserving some energy for that. They can't come in with that same game plan that they had tonight because if that happens on ABC against the Knicks, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. Damn, I didn't even realize we got a back-to-back. Damn, we're on air again tomorrow. Jesus Christ. Can a brother get a break? Jesus. No, all jokes aside, man. But yeah, like I said before, that game plan, right all up in there, was that game plan for the Chicago Bulls, as you guys can see right there. Yeah, just a wide open game plan from the Chicago Bulls today, man. It's just wide open. Just walk right in there and get it, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. This bull crap effort, man. It was bad. Brandon Peck in the building says, Haize, when is Craig's return date? Not till March, my brother. Not till March. We're not seeing him for a while, man. Yeah. Not seeing him for a while. Ain't nobody was finishing me. Oh man. Oh man, the bull said everyone gets in that. That is hilarious, especially coming from the gigolo himself. That's crazy. Archangel in the building says, when do you do another G League update? Zach's photo on the Windy City roster be the thumbnail. That is hilarious. Oh man. P-Will injury hurt. Yeah, I mean, listen, I would give more to that if it wasn't for the Bulls are sucking even with P-Will out there, unfortunately, man. Like it really sucks, man. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like I get it. Like, and usually when the Bulls have losses, I come in here and I try to be level-headed and say, well, the teams lose like this, not like this. This was bad. It was bad. Uh, but yeah. I just that sucks, man. It sucks. That Kermit meme though, they TD Jakes did. Well, that was funny as hell. I mean, listen, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Haize, where are the shots? The shots. What shots? Oh, I'm not taking those. I said I was taking shots if the Bulls came back to win this game. That clearly didn't happen. I ain't taking those shots for this bull crap ass performance. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Oh man. Billy's game plan was to let Joel Embiid bust. Wow. Okay. Well. I took it. I said something. Y'all take it far. As a team that misses every three they took, there's no way in hell you can even stay close. The score. I mean, Kobe's little run is a fluke, wrist or not. He's missed all of his threes for the past. No, he hasn't missed all of them. He's missed the majority of them. He's like 90% of them. But yeah, it's been bad. It's been bad. And Kobe's streak, I don't think is a fluke. But I mean, Zach LaVine could be coming back at the right time for the Bulls. Shay says the sad part about this Dwight Howard type game was actually got that Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid in some foul trouble early, and we didn't even take advantage of that like Dwight Howard did. That's funny. That's Shay. Take it too far, bro. Shout out to Mario P. Bad game, but we knew it was a long shot with so many of our guys out. Hope folks stop saying trade Vooch. Taylor is a forward. Snugo is a center. I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Um, it's the kind of game JDH likes to lick. Lady Boy, whoa, okay. That I should have proofread that. That was bad. I never want to hear anyone say Drummond is better than Vooch. Injuries wrecking us. Not mad, just making alternate plans for the next week due to these injuries. I mean, listen. Well, it seems like, of course, Vooch is going to be out against the Knicks as well. They're not traveling with the team, but it seems like they're him and Zach are coming back sooner rather than later. But yeah, it's we'll see how it goes, man. It's unfortunate. Chicago Bulls play like they had a meeting with Dwight Howard. What the Dwight Howard of it all? What are we doing here? Kobe is 5 from 37 from 3. That's crazy. That's wild. That considering Kobe White's hot streak, where he was averaging like over 50% from 3. Like I think everybody understood that you're not going to maintain 50% shooting from 3-point range for very long, right? That's just you're not going to do that, right? But this was even more than that. Like this was just something that just it was ugly. It was really disgusting, man. And it's the Bulls got their ass kicked. It is what it is. Get back healthy. We start getting other players back. Hopefully, we can get back to our winning ways. But right now we're outsized by a lot of teams. It is what it is. We don't have a lot of size. We always knew any type of long-term injury to the center position was always going to be something that the Bulls really weren't equipped as a team to overcome. And that just continues with what it is right now. Justin is way better than Dalen. I mean, I think he has a higher ceiling for sure, right? But I think that right now, Billy Donovan's trusting Dalen because he's been around longer. So, it is what it is there. Bro, the thing that is pissing me off is we're in the play-in and not far from the 6 seeds. Injuries are piling up. 5 to 6 players hurt. Acme, what are we doing in the meantime to help this team win? Well, there's only so much you can do with that many amount of players out, though, bro. Like, this isn't 2K where you can just cut a player and it's not like that. So, unfortunately, when you have this many injuries, you're really kind of you have to go through it, right? You have to allow for some of these players to come back healthy. You can't really just make a move. Now, I will say this: we got some young, fresh legs on that bench, and Julian Phillips, Adama Sanogo, right? They haven't really played a lot. That this is your time where hell, if you're especially in games like this where you're losing anyway, play them, right? Play them. At the end of the day, like even if you do end up losing a game, that those developmental reps, those developmental minutes, that being a part of a rotation and things like that could be important to the development of those young guys. And so, I would really like to see them play a little bit more. I know that's just a me thing. Billy Donovan isn't going to do it, but it is what it is, man. The P will slip on Joel Embiid's beard sweat. It looked like Kobe kind of did. Mop towel guys working overtime tonight. That's hilarious. That's funny. Can't even do math to calculate how much salary we have in injured players right now. It's like 100. It's like 100 million. That's crazy. Why did we draft Dalen Terry? I wish him the best, but why? Because he's the type of player that they draft with tons of potential. Raw, you just need to develop him. And so, like again, that microwave mindset, that instant gratification, it's just not realistic when you're talking about developing players and building a team. And if Dalen Terry continues to develop, it's going to take some time, right? But you have a high energy player that can play defense and that can stay on the floor. So it is what it is. We're not going to win games, all games, and every team has these games. It really is nothing new. I don't know why people act surprised by losses. I think it's this type of loss. Like this was embarrassing. That yeah, every team has bad losses, but to give up 43 points in a quarter, that's not often. Zach is not the answer, man. LOL with his low IQ down the stretch, and Kobe running the offense is way better. He is inconsistent shooting wise. Listen, the thing is it depends on how you use Zach. Nobody's saying that Zach is the same thing that he was doing before coming back, and I don't think anybody's saying he's the answer either. But he can definitely help this team if he comes back and tries to fit in with how and the style that this team's playing for sure. Mario P in the building says, I agree, Haize. If we are hurt, let's test the new guys and see what they got. Exactly, right? It'd be different if we had like a high level, like for example, if Torrey Craig was still out there, I'm not saying, hey, why isn't Julian Phillips getting minutes? It's Torrey Craig, right? You want Torrey Craig, a veteran who you kind of know what's going to understand what he's going to do. You play him, right? But with Torrey Craig down as many injuries as we have, right? You want to take a look at other players, and knock on wood. I hope it's nothing serious with Patrick Williams. But if Patrick Williams starts missing some extended time, you have to consider because you can't. To me, you can't start Dalen Terry at the 4. Now, this is a Billy Donovan offense, so who's to say that he won't? But I think at that point, you probably got to consider starting Julian Phillips, which then now you're relying on a player who you haven't been given minutes to step into a starting role because out of necessity. And that's not the position you want to be in. At the very least, you should have been getting Julian Phillips 8-10 minutes a game in here, right? That way now with Patrick Williams potentially down, you're like, hey, we're going to put Julian in there. He's been doing X, Y, Z. He's catching up to the speed of the game. If it doesn't work out, we'll go small, whatever it is. Now you're thrust into next game. If Patrick Williams is out tomorrow night against the New York Knicks, you're looking at you have to now play your rookie and Julian Phillips. You have to now play Adama Sanogo some. And this is the most action these guys have seen in the last 2 weeks. So it's again from this side of the screen, right? Of me being somebody who's watching the game, it's always easier to say, hey, coach, do this, do that, do this. And I'm sure they have some internal reasons of why they do the things that they do. But now you're potentially in a spot now where your back's against the wall, and you could have been developing a little bit of the skills from this team. So at the end of the day, it's woulda, coulda, shoulda. But I like what we saw from Adama Sanogo. Like I said, at the bare minimum, the thing that Sanogo is going to be able to do for your team is rebound, block shots, and score off putbacks. You don't have to call a single offensive play for him. You don't have to do anything like that. Adama Sanogo, you can play him 12 to 15 minutes, and he's probably going to get you 8 to 10 boards and maybe 6 to 8 points just off living off putbacks. He's also going to protect the rim for you a little bit on that as well. So that's like the thing that, and again, like I said, it's easy to be on this side of it and say these things, but it's just you got to start looking at that type of stuff. But why my son's texting me? Oh, he's supposed to go to bed in 15 minutes. That's why. Reginald Short says the Bulls got bitch slapped in Boston and got punked in Philly. That's crazy. That's wild. Highlight of the night was Sanogo. I mean, yeah, Sanogo looks legit. Now, again, garbage time minutes, right? The wrist injury is definitely real. Kobe's wrist has been hurt for a while. Yeah, it's been hurt even when he started the streak. What happened to Dub? He re-injured that ankle, re-aggravated that ankle injury. And it was to say, like, the Bulls could have literally looked at P. Will and said, hey, man, we're not winning this game. You want a night off? P. Will could have been like, yeah, just go ahead and come on back here, bro. For all we know, P. Will was back there freaking taking shots and eating popsicles. Like, we don't know what the fuck is happening with that. Like, this was an ugly game. Very ugly game. I agree, Haize, but with short as hell, been short as hell. The way these boys been holding down, deserve a little grace. We got this. There will be good wins and ugly bad losses. Sometimes I want to be our night. I mean, yeah, listen, Yeah, it's an ugly loss, right? But at the end of the day, there's another game tomorrow. If the Bulls come out and play well, we're not necessarily thinking about the loss. Something to a degree, right? Shree in the building says everyone is bricking too hard in the first quarter. They built Trump's wall and couldn't overcome it. Bricking hard in the first quarter is wild. I mean, if watching a game get blown out gets you on brick, that's hey, I mean, you got to live your life. Sydney, at least we only got blown out by 13 instead of 30, like I thought. Uh, what if Kobe and Paul don't play Wednesday? What if Kobe and Paul don't? I mean, hey, it is what it is. It's gonna be ugly. But it was just that run in the fourth quarter that when it was garbage time, they got the lead down by what it was. Spider-Man's in the building. Shout out to Mike says the Bulls surprisingly came away with the win. Are you still taking 4 shots of tequila? No, because they didn't come away with a win. No, they had to win the game. The game. He said, "Candy sweet and so are the Bulls." That is funny. I'm spewing. I switched this game off and went to the beach. I wanted to see Snogo debut. Hey, I mean, listen, the NBA TV got it. Go watch the game, brother. Let's see what else we got. Jack Holland in the building says Dalen still needs to settle down. He passed the scene wild sometimes. Meanwhile, Dama came into the game and from the start looked cool and informed. I mean, listen, when you play as many minutes as he has at the collegiate level, you better damn well come in and be able to perform like that, man. And listen, I like Adama Sanogo. Like if you've been watching my G League review when I've been doing them, I got to get back to it. I've like Adama Sanogo is poised, man. And he has a skill set that you can definitely see translating. Like he's not going to probably be a big time scorer. You never know; he could be. If you notice, Damasnogo looks extremely lighter out there than what he was drafted with as well. That conditioning is probably on point. So listen, Sanogo's preparing, man. And if it's not this year, but best believe, especially with the Bulls maybe having a little bit more difficulty to re-sign Andre Drummond, depending on what they do with Pat and DeMar DeRozan. Adama Sanogo could go from being a G League player to being our backup center next year real quick. It's definitely something that's a possibility. So be on the lookout for that. We can say if the team is who we think they is, will show up and play tomorrow. I mean, it depends how many injuries. If Pat's out, depending on what happens with Kobe, we'll see, man. Like I said, I'm not down on the team or anything like that, but I am a realist, right? And at some point, only be next man up so much, right? Let's Talk Bulls says at least we know they can still be the Bulls we and love. That's funny. That's actually pretty accurate. Bulls Wow in the building says, all right, I'm here. I have no idea what the hell we were trying to do that game, but we got dog shit on. Oh, hold on. We got the game plan. We actually have Billy Donovan's game plan. He faxed it over to us. So this was the game plan right here. It was just to just take it. That was the game plan today. Just bend over, bite the couch and take it. That was the game plan tonight. So I think we executed that game plan pretty okay. But yeah, that was apparently the game plan today. There, my brother. Shay in the building says Sanogo is a perfect example of why players should stay more than just 1 year in college. Look how he let the game come to him so easily. I mean, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different, but I see what you mean there. After this loss, are you questioning them as a team holistically, or with the injuries? It's hard to judge this game. Yeah, listen. It's injuries, man. It is what it is. It's injuries. I don't think this team the energy's not out there as well. That's why another reason you want to go deeper on your bench. But I'm looking at the injuries right now. I'm not really too down on the team overall. Bulls Wild says players must have had some goddamn sody pop before the game. That's funny. The sody pop. That's hilarious. It's a little weird how many dudes want to watch you get drunk. That's a little suspect. Hey, listen, that is sounding a little Dwightish there, bro. Like, why y'all trying to get me drunk? Why are you trying to get me drunk? Thank God I'm in the bunker. Can't nobody get in here. Haize, what's up? You not to win a game shooting as poorly as we did and could have easily had been a 30-point blowout after that horrible first quarter. Yeah, that first quarter was absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. What are your thoughts on Javon Carter? Should Phillips and Sanogo be prioritized over him? I mean, listen, the thing is that you still need an additional guard. And until now, it could get interesting once Zach LaVine comes back. because then Alex Caruso moves to the bench. You have Iota Sumu. I could see a world in which Javon Carter gets his minutes cut. But as long as Billy Donovan is the head coach, I don't think a veteran like Javon Carter is going to fall completely out of the rotation. I just don't think he will. It was embarrassing. I do have to give props to Philly, though. At one point in the game, they couldn't miss. Oh yeah, listen, I'm not. I'm talking about the Bulls standpoint from their perspective because we are a Bulls channel. But listen, Philly played a damn good game today. Like it just, they came in, they executed, they got in a team rhythm. We've been the benefit of that at times. When you get into a rhythm as a team, man, that makes it hard. You Joel Embiid, easy triple double today, right? Easy triple double, absolutely cooked. He almost had a triple double in the damn first half of the game. 31 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. You got Tobias Harris with 20 points. Tyrese Maxey, 6 of 12. He only took 12 shots to get 21 points. Keep in mind, last game we played against them, it took him 22 shots to get 20 points. Kelly Oubre Jr. with 16 points. Like they did their thing, man. They really did their thing today, man. I can't even crap on them at all. Shay says this game looked like the scene in the movie Lockdown where, oh, you are tripping. Whoa. What? See, Shay just is a habitual line stepper. He always goes overboard. Don't want to get Haize drunk, but definitely want to see Zach be forced to play a G League game. That is so funny. That is hilarious. The fact that they have actually Zach LaVine's picture on the G League roster right now on the website is crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But hey, it is what it is. We have to keep Javon Carter. We needed Zach LaVine. I don't mind how Caruso did starting since he really was never started on the Bulls, but we could have used Zach as a scorer. I mean, listen, there's something I know people are all down on Zach, and it's rightfully so. Like I'm not saying that I don't understand why, but at a time like this, having an additional scorer when Kobe's cold and his wrist injury could really help some. So DJ Reese B says if Zach come back, he need to earn minutes. Don't need none of that ball hog. Let me be stat sheet superstar. Listen, people say that Zach LaVine's never really been a ball hog. Like he's had to be the complete offense for the Bulls the majority of his career. But once he had a better team, let's not act like Zach was ball hogging when we had Lonzo Ball and DeMar DeRozan when they first came here because he wasn't. So I get what people are saying and why they say that, but I think you got to look at the situation of it. Early in Zach's career with the Chicago Bulls, he was the Bulls offense. It just is what it is. Billy Donovan said in an interview that he would personally take the beating from Joel Embiid. Told the media he's going to be. That's crazy. That's wild. Shooting woes aside, letting him score 40 plus points in a quarter doesn't make things any easier. Let's hope we bounce back against the Knicks. Let's hope so. On nationally televised game on ABC at that. Let's hope the Bulls come in and really perform, man. Let's see. Is it crazy to think that we should bring Zach off the bench for the first game or two? That's from Mo. I don't think it's crazy to think that. I don't think that's something that Billy Donovan's going to do. Maybe a minutes restriction, but I think he's going to. I think if Zach's healthy, Billy Donovan starts Zach. That's what I think. Tonight was a good example of Adam Amin getting way too excited about the opposing team's players. Please stop salting our wounds, man. Y'all really don't like Adam Amin. Well, let me not say dislike him as a person, but like, I'm sorry, Haize, you just inspired me to be much more vicious person. Much love to Petty Roosevelt. I haven't even really been Petty Roosevelt all that much this season. Uh, we were taking shots that we couldn't make, though. Like we could keep taking threes after we were 1 for 14 from 3. I mean, listen, at some point you got to hope that you're going to shoot yourself out of it, I guess was the thought process. But yeah, man. Zach wasn't the problem on the team because everyone was shooting the way the Bulls were in the first quarter for a whole month. It wasn't the problem, but he was absolutely part of the problem. Like you can't abstain him from being part of the problem. Bulls for Life says, if you're bringing Zach off the bench, do you do the same with Vooch when he comes back? No, because it's different, completely different situation with Vooch. Vooch wasn't out for a month, right? And we're talking about Vooch being out for a week to 10 days. It's a lot different. But again, I don't think Zach LaVine comes off the bench either, though. Honestly, the most ball hogging Zach does is when he tries to play hero ball when we're down bad and he needs to knock the shit out of the quick if he comes back. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one, Jiggly. Jiggly is your name. It's an interesting username there, my brother. Interesting username. I don't judge, though. I don't judge. No judgment here at Chicago Bulls Central. But yeah, man, it's just It's unfortunate, man. These type of losses suck because as a fan of a team, you just don't want to see your team lose like this, right? You don't watch a game where after the first quarter you're like, yeah, this ain't gonna be it, man. But that's really what the feel of this game had early on in this game. It just you could tell that this was a game that the Bulls were not going to be in, man. And it sucks. It sucks. Gio in the building says with Pat and Torrey out, it would be good to see more of Julian Phillips, Terry Taylor, and Sinogo. I mean, theoretically, right? But we don't know. It's Billy Donovan again. You just never know with Billy Donovan. Zach is pissed about his photo on the Windy City Squad website. They take forever to update that website normally. That's funny. That's actually hilarious, man. But all right, y'all. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm gonna get ready to go do Locked On Bulls. I know I usually give 45 minutes of a post game show, but I'm telling you right now, I can't talk 45 minutes about that loss. I can't. I already got to talk about it twice here and over on Locked On Bulls. I can't talk about it for 45 minutes. The Bulls got their asses clapped. That's it. That's all it is. Like I really could have turned on the post game show, said that, and walked the fuck out. But I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. Double check that you're subscribed as well. A lot of people think they're subscribed because I post so much. I'm always in their algorithm, but double check that you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you guys follow the show at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail, number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, thanks to you guys. And like I like to end everything on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See red if you can, y'all.